American journalism has been in a steady decline since 2008. The downfall of its jobs, newspapers, and authenticity all lead to one inevitable question. What would happen if we didn't have news media? What keeps lawmakers honest is the knowledge that the watchdog is going to be back tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after, and the day after, nipping at their heels. In 2016, a Long Island foster dad by the name of Cesar Gonzalez Mugaburu was accused of sexually abusing 8 of the 140 children who were accepted into his home. The charges were eventually acquitted. It is believed that several other children wanted to step forward as victims, but were unable to due to the age restriction put on those who can seek civil damages against abusers at the time. They had to be younger than 23, which meant they did not meet the requirement. Because of this, those stories who could have convinced the court to instead give Mugaburu time were not heard, which triggered the New York Daily News media coverage on the topic. From there, we set out to find answers by grilling lawmakers, examining the influence of donations to politicians from entities such as the religious and civic organizations that oppose changing the law, telling the tragic stories of victims and publishing compelling, fact-driven editorials and columns on why the law should be changed. The law was then extended to the ages 28 and 55. This constant media coverage and a 9-month series titled Protect the Kids, Not the Predator is said to have a direct correlation to the law change, something that even Gary Greenberg, the founder of Protect New York Kids, can vouch for. The Daily News played a key role in getting the issue into the public eye, especially in 2016. As well as saving lives, information reduces suffering in the wake of disaster. On January 12, 2010, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti. The Haitian government estimated that 230,000 people were killed, 300,000 were injured, and 1 million made homeless. Following the disaster, a team of Haitian reporters gathered to keep the people in need informed by creating a daily news coverage station translated to News You Can Use. There, they spoke about camps that had become available to those who lost their homes, public health adversaries, education, and constant updates on rebuilding. They even had a section on the station where they would give out a phone number open for questions and would go through the ones they'd receive and answer the concerns. Awareness is the greatest agent for change. There are several examples in which the media has spread enough awareness to help the situation. One of the most popular are the civil rights movement, as Martin Luther King's speeches, protests, and violent attacks were broadcasted on television. The televised Nixon-Kennedy debates of 1960 brought politics into the living rooms of Americans, forever changing U.S. citizens' understanding of the political process and making television a valuable platform for candidates and issues. Awareness can be as simple as letting you know the morning traffic or something that directly affects you, like an update on your prescription pills. How you navigate the world around you is solely based on the information you are exposed to. Being aware also gives you enough information to where you can form your own opinion along with starting necessary conversations. Well, this is still the situation today. Roughly a quarter of adult social media users in the United States and 17% of adults overall say they have changed their views about a political or social issue because of something they saw on social media in the past year, according to a July Pew Research Center survey. In the same survey, these adults say they changed their mind in police brutality, police reform, and the Black Lives Matter movement overall. Here are some of the quoted participants on the matter. Reading articles on the Black Lives Matter movement has opened my eyes to the degree of systematic racism in this country and the world. I used to support Black Lives Matter, but now I see them as violent domestic terrorists not interested in addressing the real problems within the Black community. Black Lives Matter is about a communist revolution, not about helping the Black community. I never thought much about defunding or abolishing the police, but after seeing social media posts, I've researched and read up on the topics and now believe in fairly substantial cuts to police funding.